By the way, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. You should be able to have to see the chat open. Anything, as we go along, if it's related to the topic at hand, just drop it in the chat. Even if it's not, we'll get back to it later. No worries. But yeah. Um, Also, overall, I mean, I think you can see kind of the idea behind this. It's about starting your own CFD brokerage, and you can see that we are quite experienced on this topic. We've got about 12 years behind us, working, starting people's brokerages, building brokerages, supporting them along the way. You can see we've built more than 60, and they're worldwide. And yeah, we I think we're in a fairly good position to talk about this. So uh, by the way, one of the another things that's very important is that we specialize in turnkey brokerage platforms. So what this means is we advise, we build, and we set up your brokerage from zero, and everything is included in that end to end. And then that kind of, again, gives us excellent insight on how the whole process works. So let's just kind of cover the basics, make sure that we're all on the same page. When it comes to CFD, it's essentially, I'm sure you all know, but just to make sure that we're all aligned, it's a trading instrument that allows traders to speculate on the price of the asset without actually owning it. So this means that you can offer fractional shares, and it's a really good feature to attract retail traders. And so, how do you make money on this? This essentially depends on the structure that you decide to implement. So your revenue will come from the P&L on the platform. And depending on how you structure your risk management, you earn from the trades executed on your platform. So is this going to be through spreads, commissions, or by taking the other side of the trades? That's kind of going to determine what your success, what your P&L is going to look like. And from our experience, the brokerages we build typically have a payback period of just 3 months. So that means that if you start now, 3 months from now, you should see a return on the investment. And from that point on, you would be in profit. Now, when it comes to the process of building your own brokerage, whether you build with us or you go about this process on your own, it is going to be the same. So what you need is you need to set up the platform. So decide on the design. You need to choose the markets. So decide what instruments you will offer, understand the regulations. And this will depend heavily on where you want to operate. And you really need to understand that thoroughly in order to just be in business the way you should be. And then you need to form a legal entity. Again, this is going to follow the structure for your region. You need to plan your trader acquisition strategy. So essentially, how you're going to even bring people to your platform in order to have them trading and in order to make money on that. Then you need to connect the payment gateways so you can actually accept money, because without that, there's no point even starting a business. You need to integrate all of that software and set up your CRM, and then you're ready to launch. Now, this does sound like a lot because it is, but it's not, it's been done before. It's not something, extremely difficult. There's just a lot of moving parts. But for us, the partners that we work with, we actually support them every step of the way. So it becomes even less stressful, so to speak. Now, when it comes to the brokerages, if you decide to build a brokerage through our platform, uh, well, every brokerage that we build comes with all of these things. And it's very important to be clear that none of these things are optional. So, from our 12 years of experience, every single one of these components is absolutely necessary to just simply run a brokerage and then eventually to run a successful brokerage. So, what we're going to be looking at is dealing desk. So you definitely need a dealing team and risk management to not only protect you, from the market risk, which is inherent in the industry, but you also need to protect yourself against any possible bad actors who want to abuse the platform. And as I'm sure you've heard, there's plenty of those. There's no shortage of those. So you need to be kind of insulated against that. You need a billing system. And honestly, especially, today traders have been kind of spoiled. So you will need to have all of these, Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, Google Pay, crypto, local payment methods. And that's a particular pain in the neck setting up, payment methods by country. You will need analytics and reporting. So this is not only a requirement, but it's also necessary for you internally to understand what channels are working and which are going to need more attention. And if you go with us, we have our own internal dashboards. Plus, we have a Metabase integration. And I don't know if you're familiar with them, but it's a really powerful tool for analytics and business insights. And it's a monster, so to speak. Then you also need liquidity. So with us, we have all of the major liquidity providers and data feed providers already integrated. Um, Training platform naturally. You'll also need cybersecurity. So that's going to be, again, fraud protection, system security, absolutely necessary once again. Um, and what else? You're going to definitely be needing KYC and compliance reporting, and this is again going to be required by the regulators. And you'll need a CRM. And this is a really big one. For us, our CRM is built in house. So it's not a third party tool. It works right out of the box, and you don't need to spend months, trying to set it up and then another 4 months to fix the issues and errors that came up along the way, and then still risk something slipping through the cracks. And I know that our partners are very happy that they simply don't have to face these issues. And of course, you'll need affiliate and omni-channel marketing modules. And these are essential when you think about growing your trader base and managing retention. So it's one thing to have people just sign up to your platform, but it's a completely different thing to have them actually start trading and to make sure that they're engaged, like long term, that they're not just, again, they're 1 month and then gone the next. And for us, we have all of these things provided for you to help you succeed. Now, when it comes to the things that what traders will get on your platform. By the way, guys, I just realized I'm going pretty fast. Please, again, as I mentioned, any questions or any comments, feel free to let me know in the chat. But yeah, when it comes to what traders get on the platform, for us, we're offering more than 150 CFDs, more than 70 cryptocurrencies, and 24/7 support. So you don't need to worry about, uh, paying extra for the support team or having having to train them and so on. And all of this is available on web, Android, iOS, progressive web app. That's a big one, especially in countries, where people might not have so much phone storage and so on. And of course, desktop. Now, next, when it comes to customization, uh, with us, actually something happened. Ah, yes, customization. Sorry, my bad. I double clicked. So when it comes to us, your platform is going to be entirely yours. So we're going to fully customize UI and UX, colors, buttons, chart styles, just the look and feel of the platform. The branding is going to be completely yours. So it's going to be your logo, your domain, um, your website essentially. And then, of course, trading tools and features, these are going to be tailored to your target market. And so when traders land on your platform, they're just going to see your brand. They're not going to see quad code or something else. And then moving on, when it comes to pricing and business modules, essentially talking about the numbers, the setup fee for our brokerages starts at $25,000. And everything I just described is included in that fee. So from, again, the CRM, the dealing, PSPs, liquidity, KYC, infrastructure, all of that is going to be included in the setup fee. And you're definitely going to hear from the competitors. They offer starting point at 5,000 or $10,000. However, with that does not include what I just mentioned. That does not include the CRM, liquidity, KYC, payment providers, dealers, infrastructure. You get none of it. So you end up paying for all of those things separately. And at that point, not only does the total cost end up the same or even higher, but you're actually going to also be losing months of dealing with integrations, bugs, unreliable vendors, possible scams. And we've seen clients actually come to us after going through that hell of an experience and needing a turnkey solution. And I think, yeah, here you're going to see kind of the comparison if you do this through quad code, and if you go for a competitor, again, offering you just the basic side of things. So in essence, you pay less, you pay a lower starting fee, but then you have to pay significantly more for all of the things that you get with us. And all of these things, by the way, you 100% need to actually be starting and operating a successful brokerage. So these are not nice to haves, these are must haves. And again, the math makes sense. Now, when it comes to the business models, we have three business models that we work on right now. You can see kind of a brief overview here, but the whole idea is, for option one, we have the B book. So that's going to be revenue share. We are going to manage the trades, and then you're going to keep 60% of the P&L, and we take 40. So this one is somewhat high risk, but it brings also higher potential, upside where you make larger amounts of money from the trades executed on your platform. We have the A-book model, so that is going to be a volume fee. You're just going to send us the trading volume and pay a fee per million processed. So for example, $8 per million. So you're going to be making your money on the spreads and commissions, and this is kind of a lower risk model. And then we have option three, where you're looking to kind of carefully manage the risk while making as much money as possible. And that's going to be the hybrid model, which is remuneration per volume. I'm sorry, that's a difficult word for somebody for whom English is a second language. So it's similar to a book, but it's kind of structured the other way around. You're going to receive remuneration based on the volume that you send to us. That's the idea behind it. And then for the next part, oh yeah, by the way, guys, once again, I'm really running through this. Does the If you have any questions or comments, just let me know. And this is just some feedback from our clients traders, with some happy feedback. And for the rest, so when it comes to what happens after you launch, essentially. So we have a very thorough process and a very experienced team. Again, more than 60 brokerages built from scratch and supported all the way through. So we have the systems and checks in place that we are more than happy to provide for you, and these are some of them. So for example, we have a full brokerage launch checklist, so our team will go thoroughly through with you through everything and make sure that everything is perfect once you're ready to go live. We have a profit calculator on our website, so this will help you model the expected returns, and this is especially useful, if you're coming from an IB or affiliate background. um, and then we have a lot of business plans and blog resources to help you really understand the market and how to position yourself best to see the best return on investment. So on our end, we are fully invested in your success, because naturally, the more money you make, the more money we make together, and we are approaching this as a long-term partnership. We're not just going to hand you the platform and tell you, go figure the rest out on your own. We're going to be here with you and make sure to support you. And I think I was faster than usual than usual. So yeah, I think that's the general overview of the things that are needed to build a successful CFD brokerage. And you got to see a little bit how we work within that and how we can help you along that way. So for us, we're there, from zero to launch, and everything is in one place. So you don't have to go, chasing vendors, figuring out different bug fixes and different softwares to integrate, and just alleviating and minimizing the headaches you might have, when starting a business. So if this seems interesting to you and you would like to explore this further, we can definitely set up, a one-on-one demo call. So we can go deeper into your specific goals, into your branding, what you're looking to offer to your traders, what you're looking to achieve and what you're looking to build. And we can put together a tailored plan, specifically for you, and take it from there. Now, I hope everything was clear. By the way, you can scan this QR code to have to start a chat with us. I believe this takes you to a WhatsApp chat where you can ask us any questions you might have, and myself and the rest of the team will be more than happy to answer anything, any concerns, any things that I may have left unclear. But I believe that's about it on my side. Guys, any questions so far or anything like that? Any comments on me speaking way too fast, being slightly nervous? And yeah, please just scan the QR code and feel free to talk to us, ask us any questions when it comes to that. Shall we wait for just to see in case anybody has anything, or slowly wrap it up? I think we might be able to wrap it out. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some time back. Thank you once again for staying with me, and yeah, come talk to us. Bye.